What if the real reason you feel heavy, exhausted, and bloated has nothing to do with how much you ate? Experts say the average person is carrying between 5 and 20 pounds of old, hardened waste in their colon. That is not body fat. That is a buildup that no diet or workout can budge, until you clear it out. Tonight, I want to show you one glass that can start flushing that out, naturally, gently, and with ingredients already in your kitchen. In this video, we are going to cover 3 things. First, why your colon holds onto old waste, and what it is doing to your energy and your belly. Second, the science behind 3 ordinary foods that work together like nothing at a pharmacy. And third, exactly how to prepare and drink this cleanse tonight for results as early as tomorrow morning. If you have tried eating better, drinking more water, or even taking supplements, and still feel heavy and stuck, this video is for you. You are not broken. Your gut just needs a reset. Let us break this down. The hidden weight in your gut here is something that surprised even me the first time I read it. Your colon is about 5 feet long. And over time, from processed food, dehydration, low fiber, and stress, waste builds up along those walls like a layer of sludge on old pipes. Think of it like a city's drainage system. When everything flows, the city is clean, energized, and odor-free. But when the drains get clogged, even a little rain backs everything up. Toxins flood back into spaces they should never be. That is exactly what happens in your body. When old waste stagnates in the colon, the body begins to reabsorb the very toxins it was trying to expel. Those toxins enter the bloodstream through the intestinal walls, and then they travel everywhere, including your brain. This is why gut backup does not just cause bloating. It causes the brain fog that clouds your mornings, the fatigue that makes afternoons feel impossible, the belly that stays puffy no matter what you eat, and the mood dips that feel like they come from nowhere. Once you understand this connection, gut to brain, gut to energy, gut to belly shape, it changes everything about how you approach your health. And it points you toward the real solution. Before we get to the recipe, if you are ready to reset your gut and finally feel light, clear, and energized, hit subscribe. Every week we share science-backed natural wellness strategies designed for real women, real lives, and real results. Why these 3 ingredients are the complete package. Now I want to tell you why this specific combination works, because it is not random. Each ingredient in this glass has a unique role, and together they do something no single over-the-counter laxative can match. Ingredient 1, dried prunes. Nature's laxative champion prunes have actually been studied head-to-head against pharmaceutical laxatives, and they win. Here is the thing. They work through 3 mechanisms at once. First, they contain sorbitol, a natural sugar alcohol that your body does not fully absorb. Instead of entering your bloodstream, it stays in your intestines and draws water in like a magnet. That water softens old, hardened debris that has been stuck for days or even weeks. Second, prunes pack over 6 grams of fiber per cup. That fiber gives your colon something to grip, like a broom sweeping the walls from top to bottom. Third, and this is the part most people do not know, prunes contain phenolic acids. These are bioactive compounds that literally stimulate the muscles in your intestinal walls to contract. That is the wave motion your body needs to move old waste out. That is 1 ingredient, 3 mechanisms. And we are just getting started. Ingredient 2, flax seed. The lubricator bulk and stimulation are powerful. But here is the thing. If your intestinal walls are dry and inflamed, pushing more matter through can cause cramping, pain, and irritation. That is exactly what happens with harsh chemical laxatives. Flax seed solves this by creating something called mucilage. When flax seed meets warm water, it releases a thick, gel-like coating. I want you to imagine a water slide. Without water, it is just plastic. But with that smooth layer, everything glides. that is what flax mucilage does inside your colon. It coats the intestinal walls, allowing old, hardened waste to move through without resistance, without pain, without the crash that chemical options cause. Flax also provides a dual-action fiber benefit: soluble fiber to soften, and insoluble fiber to bulk. Combined, these two types work together to trigger your body's natural bowel reflex, the signal that says, it is time to go. Ingredient 3. Raisins, the catalyst. Now meet the ingredient that brings everything together. Raisins contain tartaric acid, a compound that acts as a transit accelerator. It speeds up how quickly waste moves through your colon, so instead of sitting and reabsorbing, it keeps flowing toward the exit. At the same time, the natural sugars in raisins create a gentle secondary osmotic pull, drawing even more water into the intestines to keep the mixture hydrated and mobile. Together, these three ingredients do not just nudge your gut, they create a synchronized flush. Over 20 grams of fiber in one glass, lubrication, bulk, stimulation, and acceleration, all at once. That is why this works where pharmacy options fail. How to make it tonight all right. Here is the part you have been waiting for. Let us make the glass. This takes less than 5 minutes, and you likely already have everything you need. What you need: 15 dried prunes, 2 tablespoons of seedless raisins, 1 full tablespoon of flax seed, and 200 milliliters of warm water, ideally between 40 and 50 degrees Celsius. That warm water is not optional. The heat is what activates the flax mucilage immediately. It accelerates the hydration process so those compounds reach their full therapeutic strength before they even enter your body. How to prepare it? Add all 4 ingredients to a high-speed blender. Blend on the highest setting until the mixture is completely smooth. Watch for a thick, dense consistency. That thickness tells you the mucilage has activated and the mixture is ready. Do not add sugar, honey, or any sweeteners. The natural sugars in the prunes and raisins are already providing the osmotic power this recipe needs. Adding more would dilute the mechanism, not enhance it. How to drink it? This is important. Drink the entire glass in one sitting, all at once. Do not sip it throughout the day. The protocol depends on a sudden, high-volume arrival in the digestive tract. That concentrated arrival is what triggers the cleansing wave. Drink it tonight, before bed or in the early evening. Then give your body time to work. Within 2 to 6 hours, most people begin to feel the process starting. You may experience multiple bowel movements, and that is exactly what is supposed to happen. That is your body clearing the backlog. Many people report waking up feeling lighter, cleaner, and less bloated than they have in months, sometimes years. That is the reset working. What to expect and when to pause. Now let me tell you what to expect, and what to watch for, so you go into this feeling confident, not worried. Within 2 to 6 hours, your body will begin to respond. This is the natural timeline for this level of fiber and these natural compounds to do their work. The response will likely be multiple bowel movements, and I want to say this clearly, that is the intended outcome. That is not a problem. That is your colon finally doing its job. However, I also want to keep you safe. If you try this tonight and do not experience any movement within 24 to 48 hours, please stop. Do not repeat the dose. And please speak with your doctor. Chronic constipation that does not respond to a natural protocol like this can sometimes signal an underlying condition, a motility disorder, structural issue, or something else that needs clinical attention. This cleanse is powerful, but it is not a substitute for medical care. If you have a history of bowel obstruction, severe IBS, or are on medications that affect digestion, please consult your healthcare provider before trying this protocol. For most people, for the everyday gut backup that comes from stress, poor diet, and not enough fiber, this glass is the reset you have been waiting for. Let me leave you with the habit. Tonight, blend 15 dried prunes, 2 tablespoons of raisins, 1 tablespoon of flax seed, and 200 milliliters of warm water. Drink it all in one sitting. Let your body do the rest. Your energy, your belly, your mental clarity, they are all connected to whether your gut is flowing freely or carrying a load it was never meant to hold this long. This is not a trend. This is nature working the way it was always designed to. You just needed the right combination. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever tried a natural gut cleanse before? Drop the words, first time, or tried it, in the comments below. I read every single one. And if this helped you or someone you know, please give this video a like. It tells YouTube this information is valuable, and it helps us reach more women who need it.